everyone, it's a brand new trading week and I'm going to go through 4 pairs here which are of particular interest to myself and give you a little bit of a breakdown, and you can have a little look at these throughout the week and potentially may give a setup. Maybe all of them will, who knows, but they are of particular interest to me. So firstly, euro dollar here on the daily. You can see here that the sentiment of euro dollar has changed from a bearish sentiment here to bullish here. We were seeing lower highs, lower lows, and now we've started to see higher highs, higher lows here on the daily. So looking to trade with this daily movement. Now we've seen this impulse here. We've seen this small correction and another push up breaking this high. So potentially double topped here, and we're going to have a little bit of a bigger pullback and form the higher low. So we've got this low here, higher low here, but I'm looking for price to push down and form a higher low. Okay, so I'm not looking at this as the higher low. I'm looking at this little pullback here as part of this whole impulse. I'm just going to draw it for you. Basically, as part of this whole impulse. Let me just change the color. Like so. Okay, so one impulse, but within that impulse was a small correction, just like within this impulse here, from here to here there was this little pullback and move up. Here we have an impulse here, little pullback, impulse, bigger pullback, and another impulse which broke this high. So all this is one move with some corrections inside. So I'm actually looking for price to now potentially double topped here, have a pullback, and then look for another move to the upside. So depending on if you're a counter trend trader or a trend trader, then you may or may not want to trade the move down. Okay, if you're a trend trader, you're going to stay out of this, but you'd be interested in trying to establish where price could pull back to. Well, there's a nice big round number here, 1.02, where we've got this tip of the wick here. Price could pull back into that level there and then start to bounce. Now what's quite interesting about that level as well is if we were to draw a Fibonacci from the start of the impulse to the end, which is this high here, or I believe is this high here, we've got the 38.2% fib, which kind of lines up with the 1.02 zone, as you can see. So that looks quite interesting. It also lines up with the daily 20 moving average. So we might see price pull back, have a little tap of that 20 moving average, just like in this downtrend here. Look, we pull back into the 20, false break, etc. We've done it here a number of times. We've done it here, and then eventually it goes. We could pull back into this zone here and then start to see the new impulse to the upside. Okay, so I'll be looking at 102 will be of interest. Further, let's just draw that fib back in actually. Further areas where this could pull back to, the 50% retracement, maybe coming in to test this swing high here. And of course the 61.8. But the first place I'd be looking for is the big number 102, 38.2% retracement. Resistance here could become support. Obviously we've broken that zone, we could test it and it could become support now. So that would be the first area I'd be looking to go long, 102. So looking for a change of cycle and buyers coming in on the smaller time frames from 102, and not to get involved before then for longs. Kiwi dollar, I was actually looking for a trade long today on this. As you can see, we've pulled back into an area of previous resistance. Obviously broken resistance could become new support. Now we saw what was potentially a double bottom here and was looking for higher highs, higher lows on the H1, but that hasn't happened. We've actually made a new low now, so potentially a bigger correction on this, which lines up with Euro USD. Potentially we're going to see some downside on USD, dollar strength. Potentially we're going to see that on Kiwi dollar on daily. So this could pull back into the 20 moving average as well. If we're going to have a bit of a deeper pullback, could pull back into 20 moving average. So keep your eyes on that. Obviously we've got a little bit of an area here of support as well, around about 61 6100 or 61,000, depending on 61, yeah, depending on how you want to read it, 6100, 61,000. So that could be a nice area as well. But look, you know, price has moved up, come into that 20, boom, gone. Pull back into that 20, boom, gone. Bullish engulfing candle. So yeah, keep your eyes on this. This has been really, really bullish, more bullish, you know, than euro dollar. So this could be of interest. Next resistance all the way up here, 64.50. So, you know, if you can get a buy signal down here, don't really know what it's going to look like, but, you know, we could be looking at a nice little trade there up towards 64.50. So yeah, keep your eyes on that. CAD yen looks interesting. CAD yen's got this 4-hour downtrend at the moment, as you can see. Lovely impulse down, correction, impulse down. Currently correcting. 103.50 looks interesting. Previous support here could be retested, and then start to sell off again. So look for a downside on there. Look for sellers to come in. 1 hour moving averages are nicely open in the correct order. We've got the 50 above the 20, 20 above the 8 here. But yeah, potentially could come up and tap that 50 moving average. Like I say, well, 103.50, 103.5 before we start to sell off. But, you know, just trade with the current momentum. Unless, of course, it's changing momentum. We start to see higher highs, higher lows, so we break this high, then of course, you know, we'll change our bias. But at the moment, got some lovely lower lows, lower highs here. So looking for this to potentially push up and then start to sell off again. Could even come and tap the trend line, so or this 20 moving average. So, you know, you just got to keep your eyes peeled. Here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish candles, and then on the 6 we broke the high, and then it turned out to be a bearish candle closing below that 8 moving average. So, you know, we might see a few more hours of buying here, but just want to keep your eye on, because that's looking, you know, pretty much textbook. So CAD yen shorts looking nice, but we've got to see that nice setup. One more euro pound. Really nice daily support and resistance here. You can see resistance, support, 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 potentially support here. Last time we came into this zone here on the daily was end of October. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and then we saw price push up. Here we've got a couple of days in the zone, and daily is closing above the level again. So are we going to see another push up from here? Potentially. I was looking for a retest of 86.20. And as you can see, it's just missed my alert. So it came into 86.23. But yeah, we're still lower lows, lower highs here, but this could be an area where we change cycle. So we may just miss that alert and start to go. We may hit the alert, we don't know. But as you can see, it's come into the zone and started to reject. So that looks quite interesting indeed. So we'll be looking for price to start to push up on this. Now, whether you want to, you know, look for a buy stop above this high, maybe you could think about. Obviously, you've got to use your own trading rules, but you know, you could be looking at something like this and a buy stop above that high, and then obviously look for your targets wherever you want to target. One thing you could do is maybe a buy limit, just in case it does pop down into the zone. Obviously, it gives you a better reward to risk. If that triggers, then we start to see buyers come in. But yeah, we could. If I just draw that trend line in, you can see we've broken the trend line, and then we're actually pulled back in at the moment. So I think, you know, depending on what type of trader you are, maybe looking for this high of the candle here to break, and then look for upside there. But yeah, that looks interesting as well, because this is a nice daily area. Like I say, big area of support and resistance on the daily. So definitely one to watch. So these three, Kiwi USD, Euro USD, CAD yen, Euro pound, all on my radar at the moment. Have a look, see what you think, and hopefully we'll get something nice set up for us. Take care, guys. I will speak to you in the next video. and please trade safe. See you later. Bye.